Hi, everyone. This is Tammy, owner of Worthyworthitpriceless, and today's podcast is titled Do Everything Without Complaining and Arguing. And this podcast is not to make you feel bad or feel ridiculed or anything like that, but it is something that I remember I used to do in the past. And it didn't matter certain times what God was doing, like just say if he was doing a blessing or whatever, just say I had an order. And for some reason, if the timing was off when I got it or whatever, I remember sometimes I complained about it. And I know it's like, it's so funny because I asked for this. But even when God gave it to me, I still complained about it. I was thankful to God, like, God, thank you for the order. Or then sometimes I was like, man, I don't feel like doing this right now. You know what I mean? And I'm human or whatever, but I have no problem with being transparent. And that is also another reason why I don't really make products anymore. But it's because of that. It was just like I never wanted to bite the hand that feeds me or slap God in the face, so to speak. Like, I asked you for this blessing, you gave it to me, but now I'm complaining about it and I actually feel like I don't want to do it. That is the furthest thing that I ever want to do for God or with God. And I wanted to just somewhat give you guys that encouragement too. Like, I know everything isn't always the way you don't always get the blessings the way that you want to get them. But doesn't mean that they are less that is any less of a miracle or a blessing. And we have to really change the way that we see things or the way that we accept things or change our perspective on certain things. Just because it doesn't come the way that we want it to, it's still a blessing. If you ask God for food or favor or something like that, and someone gives you, just say if you're at work, you're hungry, and you don't have anything, you don't have any money for a vending machine, and you're like, man, God, I am so hungry. And then you have a friend that's like, yo, I just had this sandwich. I didn't eat off of it or nothing like that, or they cut it in half just for you out of the blue. And you're like, just because it's not the type of sandwich that you wanted or you're used to, you want to complain about it. Well, I don't really eat this, but you just asked God for food. That's the same thing. Like, we have to realize the blessings that God has given us. And even if it's not the way that we want them to come through or from who we want it to come through, it's still a blessing. And we have to change our perspective and how we accept the gifts that God has given us, even our gifts and our talents. Some of us aren't talented, to do everything. But the blessings and the talents that God gives us, we should use them and utilize them in the best way. Do things without complaining and without arguing, but be thankful. Before we start complaining or anything, be thankful. Sometimes we forget to be thankful. We wake up in the morning, a lot of us go straight to social media. That's the first thing, because your alarm goes off, it's on your phone, and next thing you're scrolling. And we're not thanking God that we are able to wake up. Some people's alarm clocks went off and they slept through them. Not because they slept through them, it's because they didn't wake up. Just because your alarm goes off doesn't mean that you're automatically going to wake up in the morning. God is providing for us. And we have to be thankful for that. A lot of times we just are not thankful enough. I know last week or whatever, I just went through I think I was watching Pastor Cora Jakes Coleman, and she was like, for a week, let's not ask God for anything in prayer or anything, just be thankful. And that was like the first time that I was able to actually fold my hands in prayer position and just really just thank God and not ask him for anything. And I felt so much better. And there are so many things that we have to be thankful for that we never really thank God for. The ability to wake up, some of us being able to go to work, some of us being able to be at home with our kids and things like that. Even if it's a pandemic or anything, like, We're able to spend more time with our family than we ever could imagine, no matter how it came. So we have to start changing our posture and our perspective on certain things. Let's start doing things without complaining. Let's start doing stuff without judging other people or gossiping and talking about people. Let's be the change that we want to see in the world. If you're tired of all that going on, then start with yourself. Say, hey, I'm not going to argue with anyone. I'm not going to complain about anything anymore or whatever. And watch God change you and change the people around you. Let him change your perspective. Let him change you from the inside out. But it starts with you. So that's my encouragement for today. Stay encouraged. I know that it's hard. Check on your strong friends. Everybody doesn't have it all together, even though they want you to believe that they do. As always, know that you have worth, you have value. You are necessary on this earth. And until next time, bye.